Oh, it ain't out of this world. It was out of. Listen, I'm still struggling with how she talks. Okay.
Suddenly, it's not the Crystal Tower anymore, but the Crystal Glass Shower. Ryunosuke.
Ryunosuke, honey, you're not as funny as you think you are.
I thought it was funny.
His attempt to be funny is just. It's very
Depressing?
endearing. No, it's endearing.
It's his attempt to be funny is what makes it funny.
Yes.
Oh, that's a Ferris wheel. There'll be people riding inside those little cabins, you see.
Why?
That's a good question. I want to know that
Why?
The most profound question to ever come out of Naruto's voice, and it's just one word. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the third case of the Great Ace Attorney 2. We're here talking with Gregson, who has denied us the ability to touch or do anything up here, but that's okay. He can't do anything either.
You're not allowed to do anything, I'm not allowed to do anything.
Once again, I insist, if no one says anything, then it never happened.
I'll know, and that'll drive me nuts.
Remind me again, what's this new legal act that means we're not allowed to touch the scene here?
I don't have it on me, sunshine. It's a special dispensation for the Scientific Equipment Act.
Oh, yes. I think Hurley mentioned that recently. With a real twinkle in his eye, as I remembered.
I'm sure he did, your ladyship. I'm sure he did. But especially for the great exposition it was.
Every single time that he switches demeanor, it just unsettles me. Like I've seen behind the veil, Gregson. Stop faking. We all know.
I mean, if you're getting paid to have your likeness in a story, wouldn't you be very polite to the author, or unless they ripped you a new one?
I mean, yes, I'd be polite to the author, but what I'm saying is we've already seen him be not polite to everyone else. The author has already seen him be not polite to everyone else. Having him go from that and immediately switch to, oh yes, ma'am. Yes, absolutely, ma'am. I get it. He's like, pick a lane, Gregson.
But everyone else isn't the author.
Pick a lane, Gregson.
Look, all we're saying is that there's a difference between being polite and then having your face, like, covered in crap. That's Gregson in these moments.
I don't follow. Anyways. I'll say
Brown-nosing. That's what I was getting at.
Terms I have to look up later.
Brown nosing is when you are being so complimentary to someone that you are, up their butt about it. So your nose is brown.
Oh!
Because your face is up their butt.
Now I understand why it's called brown nosing.
Okay, good. I wasn't the only one who didn't know what this
No,
was.
I know brown nosing is used as the phrase for something like this, and I'm just like, I don't actually know where the brown came from, and now I understand.
Yeah, I
Okay.
thought y'all were being genuine, so I thought I would explain.
So, well, okay. I mean, I've heard the term before, yes, but I also didn't. Okay. Anyways. All the scientists have to do is present their ideas or inventions to some suits in the civil service. And if it gets double stumped, it's a great guarantee of the rights to maintain the invention's confidentiality.
What does that really mean?
Think about it. Think about all the world change and new inventions on display every day at this exposition. Although a good half of them are a load of cobbler's, if you ask me, put forward by shammers like yourself.
Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Oh, I love how absurd some of the inventions here are. It's all so fun.
It might be fun for you, but a member of the force has to be present every single demonstration. Can you imagine, eh? Hitting science, that's what I say.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Oh, I don't think so. That sounds like my dream job. You don't want to crush my dream job, do you?
I mean, I'm not going to curse your dream job, but I am going to say you'd soon think otherwise after spending a day guarding all these shameless bogus contraptions.
But if they're all bogus, how can anyone hope to demonstrate them? There'd be no point.
Yeah, well, there is a point, sadly.
Sorry?
Thanks to another of our government's bright ideas. If any theory or invention is deemed to show potential, the government hands out a research grant.
The scientist gets funding?
Exactly. And that's what they're all after. All these channels coming from far and wide to clog up Hyde Park. And who wants to keep them all safe, eh? Who wants to smile politely and welcome them? Us coppers, well, that's who.
You complaining about brown-nosing?
Yes. I also love kettles and the black pots.
I can see that, yes.
So can you see why I say it now, Katya? Hang science, I say. Hang it!
Oh, maybe I can see your point.
Iris,
Really?
no!
Really?
Apparently Professor Hairbrain lives and works in Germany now, conducting his research.
That's right. Come back to Britain especially for the Great Exposition, as I understand it. Probably after one of the government's research grants.
Actually, we learned something else about the professor earlier today. About his time in further education. It turns out he was at university with someone we both know. Lord Van Zeeks.
What's that? That's news to me! But if Van Zeeks demands a prosecution, then as the accused Professor's fate is...
Sealed? Because the Reaper will get him one way or another.
Blimey. That man's beyond me. I don't know what goes on in that head of his.
He understands the implications.
Talking of Van Zeeks, this morning's paper ran a story of him being attacked. Read that?
Oh, yes, but Mr. Reaper is completely fine. Nothing to worry about.
Yes, right. Glad to hear it. Still, the Reaper, How long is that business gonna keep up, I wonder?
I mean, how long is crime gonna be a thing?
Yeah, as long as crime exists.
Forever.
How long's that business gonna keep up? I don't know, Gregson. How long are people gonna do crimes
Yeah.
in human history?
The victim of this case, the investor, Mr. Asman. He was another of the Reaper's victims, or so I heard.
Robert Van Zeeks is a top-class prosecutor. But even he can't always push the right verdict through. Sometimes justice can't win. And you'd know that with that negated fellow.
Yeah, I've heard about jurors being bribed and evidence being falsified. And that's how the notion of the Reaper of the Bailey came about, isn't it?
Obviously, Scotland Yard suspected Van Zeeks initially. We all assumed he was taking matters into his own hands if he failed to seal the deal in court.
Although the man himself denies that charge.
Well, we've done a very thorough investigation, and the conclusion we reached is that Lord Van Zeeks is in no way related to the deaths of those people outside the courtroom. There's no question in my mind. I'd stake my reputation on it, I would.
But if that's true, then how do you explain it? All those defendants couldn't just have coincidentally died if nobody killed them.
I know that! But I can't explain it.
You know, it's really funny that we suddenly have a case where we're really focusing on the fact that people die after every case with Baroque Van Zeeks. In the same episode where we introduce this sidekick we've never seen before. It's just like, I'm not saying I've connected the dots, but I'm not saying that, Capcom.
Okay, but hear me out. What if that was a red herring and it was actually The Sigma virus.
How did we bring Mega Man into this?
Because it was
Gonna be hon-
Capcom.
Gonna be honest with you, had me with the first half, not gonna lie.
It's a mystery after all, isn't it? That's the whole point of the Reaper.
Professor Hairbrain mentioned something else. He said at university, Lord Van Zeest was a totally different person. Easygoing and kind.
You what?
You what? Everyone from the Ferris wheel, they're screaming that right now.
I've never heard that in the wild. I've only ever heard that in the Australian meme version. Like, you what, mate? I've never seen that in the wild. Oh my god.
He said that it was after they both graduated that something happened to change the man. Do you have any idea what it was?
No clue.
That means you do know!
No, it means I have no clue.
Really?
Look, I've got my hands full watching over this frustrating crime scene. Why don't you go and make a nuisance of yourself elsewhere, eh?
You go make a nuisance of yourself elsewhere.
I will, except it's gonna be right here because I have to watch this crime scene, so you go away.
Do I need to do anything else? I don't remember. We examined well, no, I guess we didn't examine this. Considering how badly damaged everything is, Professor Hairbrain was lucky to escape unscathed, I'd say. We should have a good look around the machine while we can. I think.
That's what I'm gonna make is sure I kill you before I get you strung myself, you hear?
Okay, alright, sure.
I won't touch a thing. I promise. So please, spare a thought for your digestion. Anyway, do you really think this machine could actually disassemble people like the professor claims?
So, did you just say spare a thought for your digestion?
Yeah.
Because he's eating all the fried food.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, Naruhodo, sure.
Look, acid reflux is a danger, man.
Yes, I get it. But what the heck?
Naruhodo famously does not go to the doctor. Also Naruhodo, hey, be careful, you might need to go see a doctor. He asks, looking at totally incredulous. Give it a rest, sunshine. If we were able to examine all this variety scrap metal, maybe we could have found the answer to that question. But we can we?
Because of knowing rules, you mean?
Exactly! That annoying obstructor flaming rules!
Oh, look at the base of the machine there.
Oh yes! There's a tool of some kind poking through the wire mesh.
It's a screwdriver, I think.
It's the letter A.
This broadcast brought to you by the letter A.
Oh, isn't it a lovely one? The handle is in the shape of a capital letter A.
You're welcome, everybody.
This YouTube Let's Play is brought to you by the letter A.
It is? Oh, yeah, you're right.
What's the matter with you? Don't touch anything I said. Touch anything, I'll be sure to kill you before I get my strung myself, I said.
Yes, I understand. Sorry. I only touched it a teeny weeny bit.
But Graxy, I'm very curious about this screwdriver. Really very, very curious.
You can't say no to that face, can you? Yeah, that's what I thought.
You're so clever, you ship. Fancy spotting something like this.
That's what I thought you'd say, you dumb horse.
Oh!
I'm not one of those. You're looking for the... What are you talking about?
It's a bit.
I understand that, but not now. But why you can... People who work in the prostitution need to also make their daily wage. Don't make fun of them.
Why is this being turned around on me? Hang on a second.
I don't
But
even know
I'm
what's going on
afraid-
anymore.
I can't let you have it.
But Bruno found it first.
I assure you, I investigated thoroughly. Gregson out.
He's gone off with it.
I think that was the first time he ever said anything even remotely negative to Iris.
When the powers above are much stronger than Iris.
That was very mean. I'm afraid. Inspector Gregson is going to make a very clumsy and embarrassing mistake in next month's installment now.
There's a missing L in there, but oh cool. Poor Gregsy.
Wow, Iris. Wow.
Right.
Maybe
I
now
am
I know
done.
why he's brown nosing.
Stop looking at people's bets, Mrs. Naruhodo.
I didn't say anything!
Right, are you done here, Mrs. Naruhodo?
No, actually, but sorry?
Is it about time you are leaving? Or rather, it is about time you are leaving. That lot are here now.
That lot?
The forensic investigation team. They'll be giving me a heel for in a minute too.
Oh dear. Poor Gregsy. Here, have another cup of my special blend to cheer you up.
That in the spot. Yep, this hits every time.
Well, at least I've seen the scene with my own eyes. It looks like this is as far as we're going to get with our investigation here, at least.
I've been thinking. Hurley might know something, mightn't he?
About what?
About Mr. Reaper.
About what happened to Lord Van Zeeks, you mean? Because it sounds like something very significant occurred after he graduated from university. Something that completely changed his life. Maybe, but I have no idea where to find Mr. Sholmes at the moment. He's in the middle of some big case, isn't he?
What should be like on the Ferris wheel?
Here, this is what we need.
What's this? Some kind of entrance ticket? Madam to Spells. Is this supposed to mean something to me?
You don't know it? It's the most popular attraction in London at the moment.
That sounds like a DuckTales name.
You're thinking of Magical Dispel.
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
It's very close to Baker Street, actually. We could go now if you like.
No, we don't have time for visiting attractions today. Iris, we have a big trial tomorrow.
But that's where Hurley is.
Huh?
Oh my god.
What? At this popular London attraction?
Yes,
How is it that you know where he is?
Hurley told me. But he told me to keep it a secret from you, Runo.
Madam to Spells? I don't see how it could be related to the case we're investigating here, but then...
Because it's not!
Stranger things have happened, and when they happen, Mr. Sholmes is usually at the heart of them. When something
no.
smells? When something smells?
I mean...
Yeah, but I'm not the one doing the brown nosing.
Yeah.
You know what? If nothing else, yeah, you can't say Sholmes is a brown noser.
I mean, you can, because he wears brown. And he likes to sniff himself.
Does he?
I mean, if you're so full of self-confidence, now that I understand what brown nosing means, if he's so full of self-confidence in himself like he is, then I can see that he brown noses himself.
22nd October, Madam to Spells, Museum of Waxworks. Cool!
Murder!
What is this place?
Welcome to the Murder Museum.
Apparently, Look at these terrifying scenes. Why are all the people so still? Guillotines, ruthless murderers. I know what I'll be dreaming about tonight.
Vincent Price.
What?
No. He's correct. He's correct. Let him cook.
They're all wax models. They're amazingly realistic, aren't they? What do you think, Bruno? Shocked?
I think he's gonna pass out. Wax models? Oh! I read about dead bodies in wax once in a magazine about strange phenomena. Depending on how corpses are kept after death, parts of them can turn to wax, apparently. Ryunosuke.
No, he's onto something. This is the Vincent Price movie.
It's called I can't even pronounce it.
I've never seen that before.
Time to Google.
Adipocere?
Adipocere? I would guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
I'm not looking up. I'm lazy.
Adipocere.
I mean, I know the word adipose, but I don't know. Is that related? Is that part of this?
Adipocere, a grayish waxy substance formed by the decomposition of soft tissue in dead bodies subjected to moisture.
Oh.
This feels like a word he shouldn't know, but then again, he is an English major, isn't he, or something? Or
Yeah, he is.
He also read magazines, remember?
oh, yeah, that's fair.
But also,
Stop talking about creepy things like that, Runo. You're scaring me. Anyway, adipocere doesn't form readily, you know.
what? Oh my god.
What now?
I've just remembered something else I read. In another magazine about strange phenomena. You need to stop reading about weird stuff in the magazine, Ryunosuke.
But
Yeah,
how
you need
is
to
he?
stop-
But
Maybe
how
stop
is
reading.
But how is he gonna get his English practice in if he doesn't read all the English he can?
Look, that's not an excuse to read TMZ.
There's reading, and then there's, like, trash. There was an old lady, maybe a witch, who used to pour molten wax over corpses and put them on display.
This is literally a Vincent Price movie. It was called House of Wax, and what literally happened in the movie is that Vincent Price owned the wax museum. It got burned down, and his face got disfigured. And then he went, "Wow, people are gonna be that mean to me. I'm just gonna run killing people. I'm just gonna put their corpses into wax." And then eventually, the main characters figure out that, "Oh no, my friend who died at some point or is missing is this wax statue right here. That's gross." And then they beat up Vincent Price at the end.
So what you're saying is that Ryunosuke is a Vincent Price fan.
Ryunosuke has seen films that I don't even know if Ryunosuke knows what films are, but he's apparently seen a film that is 50 years before his time. Or 50 years after his time, rather.
Look, I'm just saying,
Huh?
the man has taste, apparently.
None of the exhibits in here are real. They're all entirely man-made replicas.
They can't be. Do you really expect me to believe that? Just look at them.
Oh,
There's no way anybody could make models of people that are this realistic. And then...
I was
Oh my-
wondering when this was happening.
Okay, my favorite part about this is that the other ones are PNGs. One of these is clearly not a PNG.
one of these
Yeah.
things is not like the other.
Yeah,
One
the
of
lady
these
on the
things is a
floor.
3D model.
And they're all such gruesome scenes. Wait,
what is it?
oh. No. I must be seeing things.
For a second there, I
Oh.
thought that was a Lewis line.
There's just a random arm there, hello? Cool. This
No,
is,
Just
I
glad
actually
you see him
think
having a
he's
normal one.
Vincent Price fan.
is this some infamous murderer?
Yes, called Jane the Reaper.
Jane the...
Ripper. Jane the Ripper.
All her victims were young women.
I knew it. You could tell by the way she's holding that knife. It's a sure sign of a murderer. Yes, Ryunosuke.
Yes, we all know how murder works, Ryunosuke.
Well, yes. Ah!
I'm losing it now. I'm losing it between Randowski screaming and then Iris. I worked it out. I know what she's doing.
Is it stabbing someone?
She's trying to fill the bathtub with blood so she can have it soak in her victim's gore. Oh my god.
Is
No,
she...
that's-
Inosuke, are you okay?
No,
That's Carmilla.
that's bloodless from Bloodstained.
Not according to the information about the exhibit on the little board here. It doesn't mention anything about the bathtub.
Really?
What do you mean, really?
Sorry, I don't think it's significant.
Why is it here then?
I still think it has to be there for a reason. Because why would it be there? You make a
They were
valid
short on
point.
time with the Carmilla exhibit. They had to rework it into something.
Remember that one time the Batman fought Jack the Ripper? Good times.
Is this an arm?
It looks like an arm, doesn't it? Maybe one of the waxwork models has fallen over.
You don't think it could be the work of one of the mass murderers in here, do you?
Who knows? Stop scaring me.
Is it a wax arm? Or a real one?
You're a terrible babysitter.
Come on, you're always pointing that finger of yours in court. Poke that arm now and see how it feels.
Objection! Okay.
Touch the arm, Bruno.
Touch it, touch it.
That's the same energy of sticking hand in the TV. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it!
That big heavy curtain is in a very prominent position, isn't it? I have a nasty feeling there's going to be something truly terrifying behind it.
Oh yes, that's the famous To Smell special exhibit. It depicts one of England's most notorious killers. Do you want to pay the extra fee and have a look?
Pay more money? To be even more terrified? Oh, let me think about that for a moment. Or just say
And yet
no.
you're still here.
It was only a suggestion.
I touched the arm.
Anyway,
Oh, that's a funny place for a little ladder. What is it? Is something wrong?
no, it's just that in Japanese, we have a totally different word for a ladder that folds in half like that.
No.
Yes!
No.
We gotta have this step ladder versus ladder, guys!
Put that reference back where it came from, or so help me.
We do in English too, you know. It's a step ladder, or just steps. So be careful of making assumptions about other cultures, you know. That's how wars are started.
What year does the game take place?
Early 1900s.
You don't want to know how
Before-
wars get started,
Yeah,
Iris. You don't want to know.
Yeah. I didn't realize step ladders were an international point of contention, but the writer makes an astute point.
Naruhodo's about to be drafted.
Please no. These models are so well made. I can't tell what's a waxwork and what's a real human.
Or maybe all the exhibits are real people.
We just
What?
got done with telling him to stop thinking that way, Iris.
It suddenly became night at the museum.
Toy Story 6.
And when it's closing time and all the visitors have gone home, they suddenly start moving about.
Yes, I watched Night at the Museum, thank you.
I know.
Just thinking about it makes me wish it was closing time already, and I was on my way home. We'll eventually get to a certain
Did he change
model-
poses?
Yeah, I think he changed pose at some point.
Looks the same to me.
Is this an example?
His arm
of
was not up before.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his arm was not up before.
I remember it being up when we first saw him.
Is this an example of Western Shujigiri? And also, I guess I'll just scrub through the footage and we'll see who's right and put it right here so we can see who's right.
I don't know what that is.
You know, when an unscrupulous samurai randomly attacks a passerby to test his sword?
I still don't know, no. But actually, a waxwork samurai would probably be hugely popular. Could you model it? Do you think, Runo? Doing that Shujigiri thing you mentioned.
I mean, you do walk around with a samurai sword.
Well, I do have a sword, but I have no intention of testing how sharp it is on a human subject. For
I
now.
knew it. He has
For
every intention
now-
of testing it.
What's this for now? What does that even mean, Ryunosuke?
You don't know what could happen in the future, okay? You just don't know.
What is it? I'm concerned. Anyway, it's the great detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
He's been killed!
Mr. Sholmes has his own wax statue in here? Really?
Well, he is world famous after all.
It's an uncanny resemblance, isn't it? It makes my skin crawl to look at it.
I know. But look, Bruno,
Understandable, to be honest.
you can kick this Hurley and he doesn't move a muscle.
Oh my god.
No, she's onto something.
You can't go around kicking the exhibits, Iris! Wait,
No. We should try again. Make sure.
let's do it again! It just moved, I'm sure. But not just a little bit either.
Really? Did it?
And look closely. There are beads of sweat on the face of this waxwork model.
Let's kick it again.
Okay.
Shall we move on, Iris?
We should kick it
Over there,
harder.
look.
Find out.
There's a great murder scene to enjoy. Much more appealing.
No, wait, I wanted to kick it too.
My dear fellow, I take exception to your recoiling in such a manner, as if you've seen something truly abhorrent.
My God, the dead speak!
Mr. Sholmes! I knew it.
Iris, what possessed you? I strictly forbade you from divulging my temporary waxwork secret to Mr. Naruhodo.
Temporary waxwork? What do you mean?
And that kick, could you not have exercised a little more restraint? You winded me.
But Bruno has something he needs to ask you.
Ah, a question.
And I thought you'd probably be getting bored too. So here we are.
Well, I can't deny that your timing was impeccable. A mere 2 minutes more being stationary like that. And my great brain, upon which all my successes has been built, would have turned to wax.
Is this your side gig? Like, what's going on?
I know, right? Thank goodness we arrived in time.
Indeed, in many ways, the pair of you just saved the world from an unimaginable loss.
Oh, Hurley, you do like to talk nonsense, don't you?
Iris is just giving him no...
Absolutely roasted.
Yep.
Wow.
I think I know what he was doing. He could come here, but he didn't want to pay the extra money, so he was going to stake out until someone paid the extra money and sneak in behind them.
You know, I want to say you're wrong, but I don't think you are, actually.
Mr. Sholmes, anything could be possible. He could know something, it's true. About Lord Van Zeeks and what happened in the past to change him.
Now that you're here, let's take our time. How can I be of assistance?
Can we kick
Did
you
you
again?
Did you steal Naruhodo's pipe? It's not your pipe.
It came with the DLC.
What does that mean, Mr. Sholmes? I've never heard this term before.
Don't worry about
Well,
it.
unfortunately, you're never going to hear about it thanks to Nintendo. Anyway, brother and luck, I'm suddenly quite taken with the idea of conversing.
Oh, well, actually, I'm in quite a hurry.
And if my eyes don't deceive me, I believe something is afoot within the walls of this very museum. A most fascinating case, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh God, please don't tell that to Ryunosuke.
Really?
Moreover, I have a strong suspicion that it is related to the matter about which you've come to me now.
But how could it be?
We shall speak again presently, my dear fellow, but for now, I must return to my work.
Your work?
What? Back to being a temporary waxwork exhibit? okay, sir.
Does not work.
I guess we will figure out what really is going on in the next video, because we're out of time. We'll see you all then.
I hate him.
I'm so confused.
It is work if you're modeling.